guys, Avery here, and excuse my wet hair. It's half dry, but it's been a while, so it's fine. I am here today to do the Ravenclaw book tag, and I was tagged by Joanne from Joannotations, so thank you very much for tagging me. And for once, it didn't take me like a month or two to do this, so yay me. But I thought this would be really fun, and I'm always down for a book tag, especially when it's centered around my house, which is Ravenclaw, hence this kind of blue cardigan and my golden snitch necklace. So, and the blue eyeshadow. I'm just feeling very Ravenclaw today, apparently. But without further ado, let's jump right into this video. So the first thing that Joanne did, she has like a whole series of videos that she did on her channel, so I will link those down below in the description for you because they're really great and so much fun. I love her. She's just so sweet and she's so creative. Like, she does a lot of cool stuff on her channel, so if you haven't already, check her out. I would highly suggest it. But I'm going to take the BuzzFeed sorting quiz because I haven't done it in several years, and of course my mom texts me as soon as I look at my phone. Let's see, let's go to quizzes. Listen y'all, there are so many sorting quizzes on BuzzFeed. Like, what the heck? I'm gonna go find the one that Joanne took. Give me a second, because clearly I underestimated how many quizzes were on BuzzFeed. I should have known, y'all. Should have known. Alright, this sorting quiz will tell you which Hogwarts house you truly belong in. What's your Hogwarts house percentage? You've made it to Hogwarts, which means you've already bought a wand from Ollivanders. What material is at its core? Phoenix feather, dragon heartstring, or unicorn hair? I'm going to go with dragon heartstring. I love dragons, which, I mean, I've always loved dragons. I'm obsessed with How to Train Your Dragon. It's so cute and it makes me cry, especially the second and third ones. Dragon heartstring. Well, during the end of year exams, you notice that one of your classmates was using an enchanted quill. You come at top of the class anyway, but they are second. What do? Tell the professor immediately cheating is wrong no matter what. Nothing, but if I hadn't come top of the class, I'd definitely tell the professor. Encourage the other student to admit what they've done to the professor and give them a high five for managing to sneak the quill into the exam. So, I'm an education major. I don't know if you know this, but like, if I caught a student cheating, I'd be a little bit upset. However, like, if I was in a college class or any class and I caught someone cheating, I don't know that I'd tell the professor myself, because, you know, like, there's this whole thing where like snitches get stitches, or just I don't want to be that person. It sounds so stupid, but like, that was a thing in high school. Like, I did not want to be that person. I would probably encourage the other student to admit what they've done to the professor themselves. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go with that one. I don't think I'd high five them, because like, why are you cheating, bro? But yeah, I'd definitely encourage them to admit what they've done to the professor. You would be most hurt if a person called you weak, ignorant, unkind, or boring. I want to say unkind, but everybody can be unkind at times. I don't think I'm an unkind person in general though. I mean, so weak, I mean, I constantly tell everybody I have noodle arms on the daily, so I don't particularly care about that one. Boring and ignorant. I think I'm gonna go with ignorant. Like, that just does not sound good. I would not want to be called ignorant. So, I mean, we're gonna go with that. You're locked in a duel with a skilled opponent. They fire an unknown spell at you and you shout Expelliarmus, Protego, Stupefy, and Crucio. I would not do Crucio. No thank you. That is a forbidden curse, so no. I'd probably go with either Protego or Stupefy. I'm gonna go with Protego. Better to be on the protection side of things, especially given the fact that I don't know that I would be fast enough, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, we're gonna go with Protego. It's your 5th year at Hogwarts and you've just received a howler from your parents. What for? I would hate to be Ron Weasley in Chamber of Secrets when he gets that howler from Molly Weasley. My mother would do that to me. I'm telling you right now, she would be Molly Weasley, and she would send me a howler if I'd done something wrong. But the options are sneaking into the Forbidden Forest at night on a dare, getting caught cheating in my divination owl. I can tell you right now it won't be that. Being put in detention after I was caught in the library after hours. Nothing. I'd never do anything to warrant a howler. I'm caught between being put in detention after I was caught in the library after hours or nothing. I'd never do anything to warrant a howler. I hated being in trouble. I would avoid it at all costs. But also, if I did get in trouble, it would be for something like staying in the library after hours. So I'm going to go with that one. Which of these Dumbledore quotations speak to you? Pity the living, and above all, those who live without love. Words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic. It matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. Probably going to pick that one. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. I'm going to go with it matters not what someone is born, but what they grow to be. I love that quote. I want that quote in my classroom when I start to teach, because I think it's like an encouraging line. Like, no matter where you come from, you always have the drive or the opportunity to change it or change yourself and not become like the people you came from or the situations you've come across, you know, depending on your situation. So I'm going to go with that. Love that quote so much. Which of these most accurately describes your relationship with your closest friends? I love surrounding myself with people. The more friends I have, the better. No, I have a very small circle and I like it that way. I have a few very close friends that I would trust with my life. Yes, accurate. I tend to be wary around new people, so don't make new friends often. That is also true. I find myself becoming friends with people who can help me to succeed. That's not true. I mean, my friends are very supportive, so, I mean, they do help me to succeed, but they're not, like, the reason I became friends with them, if that makes sense. I'm going to go with I have a few very close friends that I would trust in my life. I don't tend to be wary around people necessarily. It's just I'm an extreme introvert. So if I don't know you, I'm super awkward and I find it hard to make conversation. Therefore, it's hard for me to make friends. So we're going to go with I have a few very close friends that I would trust in my life, because that's true. Shout out to them. They're great. Which of your skills are you most proud of? My ability to absorb new information, my ability to make new friends, which we've just established is not true, my ability to get what I want, and my ability to keep secrets. Whew. I'm torn between my ability to absorb new information and my ability to keep secrets. Because, like, if I had to keep a secret, you probably wouldn't get it out of me very easily. I have lied to protect friends before, mainly from their parents when I was a teenager, but, I mean, who doesn't do that, I feel like. So I think I'm going to go with my ability to absorb new information. I have a depth of random facts in my, mostly surrounding movies and, like, music and actors and actresses, pop culture, basically. I do have random facts about animals as well, so I feel like I absorb new information and I retain it for a very long time. Like the other day I googled what the difference between DDS and DMD is because I work in a dental office and I didn't know, and now like that fact is stuck in my head for forever, so I'm gonna go with that. The first Quidditch match of the season is approaching and you can't wait to get involved. What role are you playing? Seeker, I want the glory. Chaser, I like to be involved and work as part of the team. Beater, I like having all that power and I'll be in the crowd making sure supporter morale is high. So, I was not very good at the sports, but I was in band and I did color guard, which if you don't know, color guard is like the flags and you throw these metal flag poles in the air and catch them. So, we all had to work together too, so I kind of want to be Chaser, even though I have like the golden snitch. I don't, but he does pretty cool, I don't know. Like the only one I'm solidly against is Beater. I don't think I could be a Beater. I'm I'm gonna go with chaser. I like to be involved and be part of a team, but I don't want to be the sole focus of everything. So I'm gonna go with that. You're allowed a pet at Hogwarts, an owl, a cat, or a toad. Which do you bring? I can tell you right now it's not gonna be a toad because I don't do frogs. My sister, when we were younger, would catch them and then be like, look what I got. And it's like wiggling, it jumps, and no, I just can't. I can't with the frogs, y'all. I just can't. They jump. Nope, no thanks. I would do an owl. I want an owl so bad. I think they're cool. I have cats, so like I would definitely take a cat, but if I had the choice between a cat and an owl, I'd definitely choose an owl. Plus the added bonus of them flying my mail back and forth to like my family or friends or whoever, so we're gonna go with owl. It's Saturday, you finished your homework and you have some free time. You decide to spend some time away from your common room. Where do you go? The Forbidden Forest, the library, the kitchens, and the room of requirement. I would definitely go to either the library or the kitchens. But I'm definitely going to go to the library because let's be real, this is a booktube channel. Definitely be in the library. I'm sorry if you can hear my dogs barking. I think my mom just got home. What would you see in the mirror of Erised? Myself surrounded by riches? No. Myself surrounded by my loving family and friends. Myself knowledgeable above all. Myself experiencing a marvelous adventure. I'm caught between myself surrounded by my loving family and friends and myself experiencing a marvelous adventure. I backpacked through Europe for a month and it was so much fun, and I did that with a friend of mine named Fallon, and it was a lot of fun. But also I love to be surrounded by friends and family, so I think your innermost desire. I'm going to go with family and friends, even though I do love to travel. Choose a Deathly Hallow. I don't even have to read them out to you because I already know what I'm going to pick. The Cloak of Invisibility. The Elder one is nice, but then you have like people like Voldemort and Grindelwald coming after you for the Elder one, so no thanks. The Resurrection Stone. I don't have the desire to bring anybody back from the dead, especially how that turned out for the guy in the movie. His name I forgot. I think it starts with a P, but I forgot. So Cloak of Invisibility. Plus I can just sneak around the library invisibly. So there you go. I'm sorry if the light keeps fluctuating. I'm using natural lighting and it's just, it goes in and out as soon as I started filming. BRB, I'm gonna go see if my mom needs help. Sorry if the angle changed when I came back after helping my mom. I kicked it so it shifted, so I tried to fix it. The next question is, which path do you intend to follow after leaving Hogwarts? I joined the ministry. I want to make a difference in the world. No, because I don't like politics. I think I'd travel for a while before committing to a career. I'd settle down and start a family as soon as possible. I'd continue to work hard in order to achieve as much success as possible. Well, considering that I'm still in college at the moment and I've traveled, I took a break. I took a semester or two off to travel. It was just a semester. So I think I'm going to go with, I think I traveled for a while before committing to a career. Because I did travel for a month in between college. I was in college, but I took a semester off of college to travel. I'm making no sense, I'm sorry. And finally, we know that the Sorting Hat takes into account your preferences. So which Hogwarts house do you feel you identify with most closely? No surprise that I'm going to click Ravenclaw. Huh. Okay. So since from the last time I took this, there have been some changes. I still am Ravenclaw. This is what it says. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. You are 41% Ravenclaw, 26% Gryffindor, 22% Hufflepuff, and 11% Slytherin. So I'm almost half Ravenclaw, and then next is Gryffindor. Usually I am more Hufflepuff than Gryffindor, so I go Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, and then Slytherin. But I've never had Gryffindor come before Hufflepuff, which is interesting. So, you believe above all in the importance of wisdom, which is why you undoubtedly belong in Ravenclaw, but your sense of adventure means you may also have an affinity for Gryffindor house. Also true. I do like an adventure. You are a thrill seeker. You love to travel, and there's nothing more exciting to you than new experiences, and believe that adventure is essential in the pursuit of knowledge. You are brave, but would never intentionally put yourself in danger, placing you firmly in Ravenclaw. Yes. Your slight compatibility with Hufflepuff House suggests a deep love and appreciation for those close to you, which you may keep hidden for fear of being hurt. Wow, speaking to my soul right here. But yeah, so I'm definitely a Ravenclaw, and then Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, and Slytherin. So that's fun. But without further ado, let's do the book tag. This was just a prologue, I guess, because I wanted to do this and film it. So I wrote down all the prompts in my handy dandy notebook, because if not, I will forget everything. This is messy, but I can read it, so it's fine. So I was tagged by Joanne from Joannotations, but it was created by someone else, and I think her name is Victoria. I'll link her channel down below. But the first question is, which of the Harry Potter books is your favorite? This is a complicated question because I didn't read Harry Potter until a year or two ago. So I was 19, 20-ish when I started reading them. I'm 22 now, but I grew up on the movies. I was 3 when the first movie came out in 2001. I was born in 1998, so I was -1 when the first book came out, so I didn't read them until my adulthood, but I did grow up on the movies. I remember my mom taking us to see them when I was young, like the whole family. So I have a twofold answer to this question. I'm going to say Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite. I have always loved Prisoner of Azkaban. This is my favorite because I love everything about it. I like the fact that we are focusing on Harry Potter's family and his background, and I like the Patronus charm. I love Remus Lupin. I have his wand. He is my favorite character. I love him, and I just find this one the most interesting to me, and I like the whole mystery of who actually killed James and Lily Potter, and I like this a lot, and I like the creepiness of the Dementors even though they suck. So, oh my gosh, on the back it says, what you fear most of all is fear, Remus Lupin. I love Lupin. Who doesn't like a teacher that gives you chocolate? I love this book. And this is the first time it gets a little bit dark. I mean, the giant snake was pretty dark. They're all pretty dark, let's be real. But I like the whole Azkaban, Dementors, and Animagus thing. That was cool. So I love this one so much, and I like the Marauders map. I like learning more about the Marauders. I think his sass level in this one gets really high too when he tells Snape to get his abnormally large nose out of other people's business. So I just really love this one. However, I also love Goblet of Fire. I loved this one as a kid watching the movies. So the movie Goblet of Fire was my favorite for younger me because I loved the dragon as is pictured on the front of this cover. I liked all the creatures that we got to see. Oh my god, I forgot to mention Buckbeak for Prisoner of Azkaban. I love Buckbeak. He's my fave. But I did love Goblet of Fire, the movie. This was, if you had asked like younger me, like 12, 13, 14 and on until like my 20s when I read the books, I would definitely say Goblet of Fire was my favorite because of the dragons and the mermaids and all the creatures. That it was just so much fun. And of course in the books when I finally read them, I got more of the creatures, which I always appreciate. So, but yeah, I would say Prisoner of Azkaban #1, and that has changed movie and book for me now, but this for when I was younger. I also really like Deathly Hallows, but not as much as the other two. So question 2 is challenge your viewers with your favorite riddle and leave the answer in the description. So my riddle for you, I had to Google this because I don't know any riddles, but I like the one that I found. I read a lot of them. It is, what can you break even if you never pick it up or touch it? Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will leave the answer in the description. The next question, recommend a book with blue or bronze on the cover, since I'm a Ravenclaw. Blue or bronze? So, I don't have any books with bronze on them at all. They're all either yellow or orange. They're not bronze. I feel like bronze is a hard book color to find on a cover. So, however, blue is not so hard to find. So, I have a stack of 4. First being Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a murder mystery that takes place in a boarding school. We follow main character Stevie Bell, and she wants to be the person who solves the Ellingham murder and kidnappings that happened in the 1930s. So you're following the original kidnapping and murder in the 1930s, and you follow Stevie in the present as she's trying to figure out who really committed those crimes. It's very atmospheric, freaking love it. I think this is a good Ravenclaw recommendation as well because, you know, you're trying to figure out who did it, you know? And it's a lot of fun. Next, for a blue cover, King of Fools by Amanda Foody. This is book 2 in the Ace of Shades series, and we are following our main character Insalta as she travels to the city of New Rains, I think. I almost said New Rains and I was like, wait, it's the city of Sin. Either way, it's called both. She's traveling to the city of Sin, which is kind of like a Las Vegas type thing, in search of her missing mother. And the only lead she has is a boy named Levi, and they strike a deal to help each other out and is going to pay him if he helps her find her mother. And it's so much fun. There's like gambling, there's a lot of notorious gang lords because it's like a Las Vegas type thing. It's really fun. Yes, please read the series if you haven't yet. It's so much fun. The next book I have is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmerer. And this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. We follow our main character Harper as she is kidnapped into this alternate universe to help break the curse of the prince in this fantasy world that is parallel to their own mortal one. So that was a cool aspect of her being born in like our mortal world and then being kidnapped into the world of fantasy and Beauty and the Beast. It's a lot of fun. I really like this. Plus, she has cerebral palsy, I think, and that affects her leg. So that was great representation. I really liked it. And of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention one of my all-time favorite books by my favorite author, and it's blue. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. What can I say? I just love Rescind. So, this is book 2 to the A Court of Thorns and Roses trilogy. For those of you who don't know, A Court of Thorns and Roses is also kind of Beauty and the Beast related, but very loosely, I would say, compared to like A Curse So Dark and Lonely. This book is book 2, like I mentioned. Book 1 follows main character Feyre as she kills someone she should not have and has to pay the consequence of that action by being whisked away by this fae into his world, even though there's a curse sneaking up on them. And she's human, and the human and the fae do not get along. There's a line, you cannot cross it. If you're a human and you go into the world of fae, bad things can happen to you. So, freaking love this. This is my favorite in the trilogy by far, so really glad that it's blue. So next it goes into the traits of this house, my house, Ravenclaw. The first trait that is mentioned is intelligence, which is a Ravenclaw trait, obviously. And for this, it is recommend a book that is cleverly written. I have 2 for you, because clearly I just had a hard time picking one for most of these prompts. Shocking for my indecisiveness. But the first one I want to mention is Scythe by Neil Shusterman. But yeah, the scythe is pretty much the only one that can kill you, because even if you try and do it yourself, there's centers where you can be revived. So it's very interesting. There's a lot going on in here. Other than that, they're training to become a scythe, but there's a catch. Between the 2 of them, whoever wins and becomes a scythe has to kill the other as their first person that they've gleaned, technically. So, interesting twist on this whole thing. I really liked this. I thought the world was really intricate and I really enjoyed it, and I liked the characters and their dynamic together, especially as they meet knowing that one of them is going to have to kill the other. It's really good. I really, really love it. It's one of the most unique stories I've read in, I want to say forever. It's like really, really unique. I loved it. The other one I wanted to mention is Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. And I wanted to recommend this one because of the format in which it is written. So this is basically a sci-fi, and we follow a cast of characters, mainly our main character Katie, and their planet has just been attacked, and it's told in a bunch of audio files and technological things as you try and figure out what happened and why and who wants to destroy the planets. So Like, the reason I wanted to mention Illuminate is because of this format, because I think it's very clever to format it this way. It really adds to the sci-fi level, so I definitely, very clever. I just really like it. The next trait is creativity. Recommend a booktuber whose creativity you enjoy. And besides the lovely host Joanne from Joannotations, who I really enjoy her channel, she comes up with some really fun stuff and does a lot of fun videos, including pub quizzes on Fridays. She did that a couple months ago, I think, for the quarantine. I mean, a lot of people are still in quarantine, but you know what I mean? Those were super fun, and she's just fun. I love her channel. But the other one I want to mention is Cody from Cody's Book Corner. She does this wheel of TBR every month, which is really fun. And I love her vlogs, and her channel is just really fun. And also Katie from Kate's Book Date is also really fun. She does a lot of writing things and writing questions behind the scenes when you are trying to write your own book, and the processes behind that, so I enjoy that as well. The next trait is wisdom. And it is recommend a book you wish your younger self could have read sooner. So, like most of these prompts, I have two to share with you. One of them is Harry Potter, because I wish I had read these when I was younger, like grew up with Harry Potter in a way, because like I said, I didn't read these until my 20s. So definitely would say Harry Potter. And I also would say Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I also did not read this until I was in high school. I think I just graduated high school. I think I was either in junior, senior year, or I had just graduated when I started reading these. But yeah, both of these I wish I'd read when I was their age, like 11 or 12. I feel like that would have been super fun. And the last trait is wit. Name a book that is funny. And the book I'm going to recommend to you is My Lady Jane by Cynthia Han, Birdie Ashton, and Jodi Meadows. This book is a retelling, I guess, or a spin on Lady Jane Grey, who was the Queen of England, I want to say, and she's the one that gets her head chopped off, I think. So I didn't know much about her historically, like historically accurate. I don't remember learning a lot about her in history when I was in school, so I mean, but this is definitely not true. On the front it says, sometimes history goes all wrong. It's not easy being queen and off with her head. So definitely gets. The back says, a comical, fantastical, romantical, entirely, but not really, true story of Lady Jane Grey. And it's just really funny. There's a guy who turns into a horse. There's just a lot of comedy in this, and there's several times where I just like giggled and just laughed out loud because it's just funny. And that is all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what house you are in Harry Potter down below. I would love to know, are you Ravenclaw like me, or do you belong to any of the other 3 houses? I would love to know. If you would like to do this video yourself, consider yourself tagged. I tag you. You go right ahead and have fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this, honestly. It was so much fun. But that is all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great day or night, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss any videos from me. Bye!